Up on our unboxing table today we have this Captain 120EX by Gamerstorm, which is actually just a division of DEEPCOOL. I believe it actually says that. It says it on the back of the box right here. DEEPCOOL. So I actually had one of these a while back. It was actually the 2-bay version, so the 240EX. And it actually broke. So they've sent me this one. This is the single bay version, and we'll see what comes in the box. And then ultimately we will be reviewing this later on the channel. And then after I'm done with it, I will give one lucky person the chance to get it. So stay tuned for that in the review video. So if we go ahead and we can talk about the product a little bit. It sort of shows the whole product here on this flap. You can see this sort of top decorative piece where the pump is. So this is actually the pump on the unit. It has this glass tube that sort of shows you the fluid that runs through it. The fluid is red. All the LEDs are red. It has this tube here is glass. They say that the mean time between failures is approximately 120 hours, which I think is like 13 years if you do your calculator math. That being said, the last one I reviewed for them died quite quickly, so do with that what you will. They have a custom double blade fan design now, which I will show you when we unbox, but I don't know if it does any better. It's certainly not as loud, I guess you'd say, as other fans. Yeah, and they boast basically that it's got a powerful motor, free, tool-free, they say free tools, but tool-free design, supposedly, but we'll see that here in a minute. I think they're referring to the actual hardware that comes with it. We'll see about that in the review. I will actually post a video of me actually attaching this to an AMD motherboard, so we'll see how that goes. And they say they have these skived fins, so these like little, I don't necessarily know that they actually do much in the way of heat dissipation, but there you go. So there you go. The radiator dimensions are 154 on this sort of wide part, which I'll show you in a minute, and by 120, so that's pretty specific, and then 27 millimeters thick. The fan, 120 by 120 by 25. So there's that. So let's take a look here. Oh, that's very loud. So we have this nice piece of foam, if we can put it away. First, pulling the fan out. It's in this nice little bag. And you can kind of see, maybe, hopefully, these dual like fins, maybe. So maybe you can see that a little bit better. There's like these dual fins in there. But they basically have a single fin on the front, and then they have this like sort of tiny fin on the back. But so there's one. It's got these like built-in rubber mounts for all of these corners, so that the fan won't rub up against stuff, vibrate, what have you. So that's kind of neat. And then let's get this bad boy out. This is the actual unit. Let me scoot this box off to the side for a bit. So we have Radiator, which, like I said before, 157 millimeters at the widest part. The pump itself here actually has these lines actually sort of pivot a bit, so you can get the pump sort of down, on your processor, and then sort of twist that around to accommodate a case. So that's kind of nice. 3-pin power on the pump itself. And the bottom of the block, let's see, hopefully I can get this in your image here. The bottom of the block is actually quite, it's machined pretty well, so it looks kind of, it's almost mirrored finish. And it comes with pre-applied thermal paste. So for whoever gets this in my giveaway, you won't have the thermal paste. I'm sorry. I'll have burned it up on testing it. But then here's that glass tube they're talking about. You can see the red fluid in it. And I'll give you a nice, during the review I'll kind of show you what this looks like in a case. But this is sort of where the LED lights will be. The pump itself is actually about, say about 5 inches tall. And there are a few air bubbles. I actually captured an air bubble in this, so hopefully those will get belched out into this. It's a sealed system. There's even a caution warranty void if removed on the plug here. So, but that's about what we've got for this. It's heavy. I'm gonna put this back on it so it doesn't get thermal paste all over my table. In the box also we have some hardware for all of the relatively new Intel sockets, 1366, 1155. I think it's pretty much 11.5X, so like, you know, 1155, I think 1156, as I recall. Any of the 1150 sockets, as well as 1366, and then all the AMD sockets, so FM2, AM3, AM2, AM3 Plus, etc. And here comes all the hardware. So we have this giant sack of hardware. Here's the Intel hardware. And some AMD blocks. We'll go through installing this at least on an AMD processor at some point. And then just some random standoffs. Basically all the parts that you need. Most of it looks like thumb screws, although these are not thumb screws. So that should be an interesting install, since they claim no tools. We'll try that out and see what happens. Also in the box they give you a pamphlet for other DEEPCOOL products that they talk about, and then a user manual that basically walks you through installing. You basically get just some pictures of Intel, AMD, all the installations for LGA 1366, 1150, 655, 51, and 50, and then also 2011 V3, etc. And of course all the AMD instructions here, so all the FM sockets and all the AM sockets other than AM1, but I'm not really sure who has an AM1 socket still. So that about does it for the unboxing. If you like this video, let me know. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel or give me a thumbs up. And that's about it. I should mention that this is a power measurement fan, so 4 pins there. You'll probably plug that one in where you would normally plug your CPU power in, because that would be your technical CPU fan at this point is the one attached to this radiator. So thanks for watching, and see you guys a little later.